Hey everybody, Eddie's back again. Right, so today it's another nice simple one. We're using stuff up, we've got our holidays coming up, so we're trying to use stuff that's in the freezer so we can make a bit more space for when we come back. So today I'm making cod cheeks, well not making the cod cheeks, but you know, cod cheeks with chorizo, served with some tenderstem broccoli. Another nice, healthy sort of dish. So I'll show you the ingredients, there isn't that many, and we'll crack on with it. Okay, so obviously we have some cod cheeks, which I took out the freezer last night, and I've just patted them dry. Probably about 400 grams there, maybe so, maybe a bit less, I don't know, I've not weighed them exactly, but yes. So we're also going to need some chopped parsley, about a tablespoon, a Spanish chorizo. We're going to use the whole lot of that. You want about 200, that's 225 grams, that's 200 grams. So that's about perfect. There's some butter in there. You want a tablespoon of butter, a tablespoon of oil. There's the tenderstem broccoli, I'm going to use all that. 1 lemon. And in here we have 2 tablespoons of flour, 1 teaspoon of black pepper. And that's to dredge the cod cheeks in. So let's get on with it. Right, so I've mixed the dredge together, and like I said, the cod cheeks have been patted dry, and all we're going to do is put these into the dredge, and we're going to evenly coat them as best as possible. Get rid of that, 1 second. So basically you're just going to give them a bit of a, without trying to tip everything over the sardine, well done. You're just trying to dredge to get these a nice even coating onto each piece, to each cod cheek, piece of cod cheek. Ready for, this is going to be fried in the pan. So I'm trying to get them as evenly coated as possible. Right, well, I think I'm quite happy with that. I'll just break that off there. Yep, they look evenly coated. So I'll just put them to one side. Wash my hands first, otherwise I ain't going to be able to turn my camera off. Because at the minute my remote control's not working. So, right. So that's that done. On to the next bit. Okay, so I've diced the chorizo to roughly about a pound coin thickness, maybe a bit thicker. That sort of thickness, there we go. Yeah. So they're nice, into nice little rounds, ready for frying. Right, so I've put my tenderstem broccoli into a pan of salted water. It's coming up to the boil, and then you're going to simmer it for 6 minutes, drain it and set it aside. Right, okay, so that has had its 6 minutes. So I'm going to drain those over the sink and set that aside. Lovely. So that's just going to sit there and steam itself. Right, on to the next bit. Okay, so I've got my pan on at medium-high heat. I've arranged the chorizo slices onto one side, and once it comes up to temp and it starts fizzing that air, all the goodness out, give it a couple of minutes each side. So 2 minutes, and then I'm going to flip it and do the other side. Right, so that's had a couple of minutes, so I'm just going to start flipping these now. And obviously give it another couple of minutes. And that seems to be catching a little bit on that bit. So I've just turned it down a little bit. Just at the front there. You don't want it to catch too much like that one has. I'll just turn it down. I've turned it right down. That's literally been 2 minutes and it's already started to catch a little bit there. I might only give this side about a minute. Oh, you see the heat's more on this end, I think. Carry on flipping them over. Lovely jubbly. I think that's the lot. There, that one in the middle. Right, so I'll be back in a second. Right, so I've cleaned out the pan with some kitchen roll, obviously emptied the chorizo out, put it aside, and I've put the 2 tablespoons of oil in there and the 1 tablespoon of butter, and we're just going to make sure this comes up to temperature before putting in the cod cheeks. So I'll be back in a second when we're up to temp. Right, so the pan is up to temp. I put my cod cheeks in and you're going to give them 2 or 3 minutes on each side until they're nice and golden and cooked through. So there's had a couple of minutes, so I'm just flipping each one over and I'm just going to cook them until I think they're done basically. They're only thin pieces of fish. Oh, lovely. Like I said, we're on holiday in less than 2 weeks, so we're trying to use up what we had in the freezer, and these were in the freezer because the freezer was getting a bit full, so we need to free some space for when we come back. So I'll come back in a few minutes when these are done. Right, so they're almost done, so I'm going to add the chorizo back in just to warm back up. Look at the colour of that bowl. That is the spicy chorizo, by the way. If you don't like spicy chorizo, just get the normal kind. Right. So I'm going to turn that off now. I'm just going to let that, and we'll let that sit for a little while, and we'll serve up. Right, so there we have it. That is my cod cheeks served with chorizo and tender stem broccoli. The last thing we're going to do is just add a little dash of this lemon juice over the top and over the broccoli, and then sprinkle it with a little bit of parsley. And that smells delicious and it looks good and wholesome too. Just get that little last bit of parsley on there. So there we go. That is it. Right, it's taste testing time. Right, so got my weapon. Let's dig in. So I'm going to try one of these cod cheeks first, just to show you that that's lovely cooked. Lovely. You can see I love cod cheeks, mate. You've got that lovely freshness with the lemon juice and the parsley. The chorizo is just, like I said, we like spicy chorizo. That's good. The tender stem broccoli, I'm just going to pinch a bit out of here. That's perfectly cooked as well. Nice with the zing of the parsley and the lemon juice. Wow. A very, very simple dish, but a very, very tasty one. So I'm going to try and go for the full Monty here. I'll go for the chorizo and the fish, the cod cheeks. Simply pan fried like that. And cod cheeks are amazing. So good, so good. Right, And I'll leave that one there. If you liked it, please give it one of them. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your subscriptions. Thanks for your lovely comments. And thank you for the recipe ideas. Keep them coming. Like I said, I think next week I'm going to do a few vegetarian dishes just to ease off of the meat a bit and try a bit more healthy, because I love vegetarian dishes anyway. So next week I'm going to try a few more of those. But for now, I'll leave that there. I hope you like the look of it. If you do, give it a try. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye for now. Bye.